Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. 2021 will be the year of worker empowerment, preparedness, productivity, and worker capabilities. Joining me is Erica Volini, Global Human Capital Leader at Deloitte, to discuss Deloitte's 2021 Global Human Capital Trends Report, which reveals how business as usual will no longer exist. Erica, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thanks for having me back, Jill.
Give us a high-level overview on the report. Who did you survey, and what are the key characteristics to shift from survive to thrive?
So we surveyed over 6,000 individuals across 99 different countries. This year, I think what's incredibly exciting is that we had over 3,600 business executives respond to the report. This is actually the first time in our 10-year history that we've had more business executives respond than HR executives, which I think tells us a lot of what we need to know in terms of the importance of human capital issues on the C-suite agenda. In terms of the shift from survive to thrive, the key findings tell us a couple of things. One, we asked the survey respondents, what do they think is the most critical factor in their ability to shift from a survive mindset into a thrive mindset? And they told us number one was the ability of their workers to adapt, reskill, and assume new roles, putting the workforce and human capital issues right at the center of what needs to be done to execute business strategies moving forward. Their second priority was the ability for the organization to facilitate rapid decision-making, telling us that they need to change the way in which organizations are structured to be able to make quick decisions and speed up the level of agility and adaptability that organizations have.
How should companies be managing the work-life balance?
So work-life balance is a critical priority for organizations right now. And what we believe and what we found from the survey is they need to stop thinking about it as two separate entities, work and life. They really need to be thinking about the integration together and thinking about how they can design work to put well-being in the center. We often think about the investments in well-being are take a program over here, go to financial wellness classes, take a yoga class, and that's great that it's available, but it's available outside of your day-to-day work life. How do you actually inject a focus on well-being in the day-to-day course of the way work is unfolding? That's really the shift that organizations need to make.
Do workers have the appropriate skills to be successful in this environment?
You know, for us, it's not so much a focus on skills, but it's really a focus on capabilities, those essential human capabilities that are key to job success moving forward. The half-life of skills continues to decline. So we believe organizations need to shift from a focus on reskilling to a focus on building resilience for workers, giving them the exposure to opportunities, helping them to move throughout the organization so they can build those enduring human capabilities, whether that's customer relationship skills, listening, empathy, leading virtual teams. These are going to be the capabilities that are needed moving forward. And we think we're going to see a greater emphasis on those capabilities, with skills being secondary in the world of work moving forward.
Tell us what super teams are and how they can help organizations and workers reinvent themselves.
We know that technology is coming into the workplace and has been for the past decade. But as we look at how organizations have been focused on the use of technology, they're often using it as a substitution strategy. I'm going to take work that's being done and I'm going to automate certain tasks that are being done in the context of day-to-day work. That is not producing the gains in productivity that we should expect to see with all this investment in technology that organizations have been making. We need to move from a substitution strategy to ultimately an augmentation and a collaboration strategy where technology and humans are working side by side in teams. That's what we call super teams, where both the humans and the technology are using their full capabilities to advance and change the way the work's getting done to deliver greater outcomes. And organizations that have shown the ability to do that and create these super teams have proven that they could drive higher levels of productivity and value back to shareholders.
And Erica, any other key points that you would like to point out, and where can viewers go to get the full report?
One of the most exciting statistics that we found in this year's report is that a major shift in how executives are thinking about work. Whereas before the pandemic, they thought about work optimization, tinkering around the edges to change the way work is getting done just simply by automating. Now we're seeing a focus on what we see as work reimagination, taking a step back breaking the rules and the orthodoxies around work and really challenging how work should get done moving forward. Not just where you should work, but how you should actually do the work. This is opening up, you talked about worker empowerment. This is what's going to open up this world of worker empowerment, because as workers take the opportunity to change the way they're doing the work, it will give them exposure to learning new skills, new capabilities, advancing in different types of roles. And I think this is the moment that we need to capitalize on. To learn more, please type in Deloitte Global Human Capital Trends 2021. You'll be able to access our report, all the data, and some of the great videos that we showcased with CEOs and other executives sharing their stories about how they're bringing the global human capital trends to life.
All right, Erica, appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks, and thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.